So to keep it moving here, next team is Team 6, led by Eureka. Eureka is leading the knowledge base team. Are you ready to go, Eureka?
Yeah, can I just share my screen?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna mute everyone just to reset everyone to mute. So you'll have to unmute Eureka.
Can everybody hear me?
Yep.
All right. Okay, and is Team 6 ready?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, excellent. All right, let's start. Good morning, everybody. We are group 6. So we are presenting the knowledge base Wiki page Kaizen. So let me introduce my team first. Denise from Las Vegas office, Efren from Lebanon office, Joe Mitchell. Actually, this is 14 years ago picture when we went to Santa Cruz. 14 years ago, and Mark Dupont from Fremont office, Ryan from Fremont office, Celine from Fremont office, and me, Hiriko from Lebanon office. Okay, let's start with Celine.
All right, anybody, good morning.
Morning.
Yes, so for our topic is knowledge base. So when we start the topic, we try to think about how we better do a research. And of course, the idea is to improve the knowledge base. So my target is looking at the drafting department. So I start a research, doing a survey for knowing about how people think about and how people utilize current knowledge base. So this one is did in back in beginning of the year, and I sent out the research or the survey to drafting department for shop drawing group people. Totally, I received 14 response, and we asked 3 questions. This on the left, you can see. So I asked people, what question did you have in drafting, right? We summarized there were 7 main points from people, which is very reasonable. There are drafting process, material information like size, limitation, conditions, etc. Basic engineering formulas, fabrication standards, and design standard in panel. And the last 2 are how WW Windows system works. And people also would like to see the visual information or logic behind the 2D or 3D details, like how they see the detail they don't understand, and they would like to see that to clarify for themselves. And then how frequently do people use knowledge-based page? Surprisingly, like 35%, 5 people of them never use that. And the second rank is once a week and very rare. 14% of people once a month. And the least one is 1 to 2 times every year. So majority of people use very rare or never of knowledge base, which is really really surprising. And we know it is existing, so seems like this is bring up a lot of attention for us. And number 3, we want to get some ideas for improving knowledge base page. So also I list out 7 summary point for how we revamp that. Number 1 is to revamp to show new drafting standards and drafting practices. Number 2, information needs to be correlated to manager decision tracker and drafting standards, which will be mentioned about later on. Number 3, more system information, and then also better advertisement of knowledge base, since we know that a lot of people doesn't know this page existing or use very rare. And also more visual examples. Number 6, number 7 is related. We need someone to update the knowledge base, and seems like the information is out of date, so we need to remove or clean up a lot of them. Next slide, please. And Ryan gonna talk about the wiki.
So what about the other wiki pages?
So we start to compile our current wiki pages into 3 categories: software technical issues, takeoff group information, and jumpstart information. In software technical issues, we're missing pages that could be useful for like frequently asked questions, such as in areas of Revit, AutoCAD, maybe even how to navigate through Trello or BIM 360. Not necessarily also missing pages, but pages are in different areas that can be hard to find. In takeoff group information, we have out-of-date pages, links that are not organized uh, appropriately, such as like I found a drafting schedule 10 years ago under takeoff. uh, and then in Jumpstart team information, there's no information for the drafter that can refer to the the Jumpstart team information standards, reference data, wiki pages need to be updated. So in conclusion, we don't really have any centralized location for standards. Most knowledge is passed through verbally, and we have poor maintenance on the wiki, therefore creating less wiki usage due to an unreliable source of information. And so with this said, we'll pass it down to Mark to dive more deep into our issues.
And so after receiving the appropriate input and feedback from the rest of the team, this is what our scope sheet turned out to look like. And here we take a closer look at our current situations and problems, and we've also categorized them in relation to each other. So for example, one of our problems is information is everywhere on the wiki and it's hard to find information. A lot of the information is also outdated, which is also related to poor wiki maintenance overall. A lack of visual interpretation for understanding standards is related to having no visual follow-up on manager decision tracker items. No designated FAQ for software and technical issues is directly related to not having any dedicated space for technical software issues in general. And since we have no centralized location for technical standards, it makes utilization of the search function on the wiki very poor. Also, having no clear indication as to who to contact for technical issues is related to not having a central space for these training information and videos. So next up, we'll have Denise explain in depth about the first set of problems.
Okay, so as Mark mentioned, one of the main issues that we have is the outdated information, and the information is ever and hard to find. In addition, we have poor wiki maintenance. So one of the first things that we did is we did a cleanup on the glass division index page. So right now we have these sections under the glass division page. So we just focus on the drafting, takeoff, and jumpstart. The cleanup includes removing the outdated information. We also resorted each page to the correct category, and we also check all the links if they all work. So after the cleanup, so on the left is the old index page, and on the right is the updated one. So we've managed to shorten it a bit. We also added a placeholder for the old pages, just in case someone still needs to refer to them. Next up is Yuriko.
Thank you, Denise. So per our survey result, there are also two major feedback we have noticed. The lack of visual interpretation for understanding standards and no follow-up on manager decision tracker items. So we actually started visual interpretation of management decision tracker items. So on new knowledge wiki page, there's a new section called management decision tracker at the top. And each item of engineering sections are listed with detail and also link of supported document if it's available. Like you see, it has a C detail, and if you open that link, there's a PDF file. It explains what's the item of the management decision tracker with the picture. And also there's a tip for the drafters or maybe fabrication team should be aware of when they are doing their work. So not only the items, but also we put the explanation of the reason and also the other item you guys should look at it. We should look at it. And then this section will be updated accordingly every time we cover at the engineering team meeting. So at quarterly, when the management decision tracker gets updated, the whole team reads through the whole documents. So that time we review, and then if there are any changes or new items, we'll update that section on the knowledge wiki base as well. And also it has the last update date, so everybody can see which one is the latest information, it has been updated or not. Okay, Ephraim will explain new knowledge base wiki page status on next slide.
Guys, so after all surveys and all that stuff, we updated our knowledge base page. Recently, we have outdated information, no centralized location for standard, no dedicated space for technical software issues. So now we have updated the knowledge base now. We have the all information and descriptions are being updated. Technical and technical software support section is added, using more links instead of type description that minimize maintenance requirement. So on the knowledge base now, we kind of shortened and made it more user-friendly so that people can actually go into the knowledge base now. I was surprised that only 36% of the company doesn't even use the knowledge base. Maybe they can't, I don't know if they don't understand or it's hard for them to find things. So hopefully this thing, updating the knowledge base now, will those 36% that doesn't use it will be able to use the knowledge base now. So the next one is Celine.
All right. So like every group saying, I think the big topic for engineering process is communication. So when you have question, you have two ways. Of course, the wiki page and knowledge base is the information you always, like you look at the dictionary and you can find the information, but sometimes the person was holding your answers. So usually when you have specific question, you will need to ask somebody that explain more information and you ask the information you need. So that will create another question like who do you need to contact? So we come up this idea for like when we have question, we usually go to the wrong person or we have to chasing around, we cannot find the information still, or you find the wrong person and you're still spending more time on it. And so we come up a better version of engineering contact directory right now, which is using in drafting department right now. But that's a more public use page that will be soon releasing to a portal page. So the left lower picture is the engineering contact directory format on the Google Sheet. Right now, most of the content we go over with each team's leaders. So like Jumpstart and drafting managers, SD team, sales model team, BIM 360 team, fabrication team, right? So mostly the content were approved by most people. But if you have more information want to add, feel free to talk to me and we can improve a little bit or add information if people have more questions about other things, and we can add more information to be more clear and useful for everybody. So like what you're saying, that's also website give you a way that you can send a request, ask questions to be more standardized, and there's a team legend underneath the table. So this is what I have. Next slide.
Thanks, Celine. All right, what's next? That's where you guys come in. We need volunteers for updating each wiki page. So feel free to volunteer, and if you want to volunteer, please contact Eureka. Really, what's next? We're not always sure. Things change, and we need to improve and update. And you've seen that we went through this, and a lot of things have been updated. But as we have continuous improvement, things change how we do stuff. We need to keep things updated so people have the latest updated knowledge and just the how to do stuff the right way and it's listed here and you can find it. So we'll need someone to help. We need people to help update the knowledge base page per the management decision tracker as that continues to be added to. Also, takeoff team is currently working on engineering decision tracker page. A link will be added to the knowledge base. And of course, continue to update the glass division index page also. So lots of, as we go, we'll need to keep it updated so people will use this and look at it and get the answers they need and the direction they need to go. So with that, Eureka.
Right, thank you. Any questions? No? Yes.
Ah, perfect presentation.
Yay! All right.
Huge undertaking. Like I told you, 'cause
yeah, as
that stuff
Joe,
is so old and there was so much information. So
yes, so as
I
Joe
agree.
mentioned, this project is probably there's no place to be ended. We have to keep continuing updating, checking, and also add the stuff, remove the stuff. So all our team is working on each pages. We are focusing on the engineering sections right now. And maybe I'd like to have some volunteer from PMs and the sales also, so we can clean up the company-wise. But the engineering section is one of the biggest ones. So if you'd like to help me out, always give me an email, send me an email or call me, whatever is all volunteers will be welcome. Okay.
Yeah, so for the new, excuse me, Eureka,
Yeah, go ahead.
for the new guys, use the knowledge base page. You can find a lot of stuff in there. Before you go ask questions to your bosses or managers or supervisors, look at that page first, and I'm pretty sure you'll find an answer there now. So use it.
Yeah.
Kind of going on a tangent, but I remember one of the first questions asked from me when I interviewed her was, how good are you in finding information? And when I started working here, I was like, okay, that's why.
Yeah, so we try to provide the all information and share the whole team. So I don't want to hear, or I don't want to say, oh, I didn't know that. So this is the place we can take a look, and we try to make the center place to start with. So any feedback, any suggestions are always welcome. Any complaint or whatever.
Well,
yeah.
In the chat, there was several nods to the links that you had to the pictures that are attached to the management decision tracker. And that's a stroke of genius right there. It really is. Just having that visual control, because when you run through those, even though we're doing them quarterly, how many of us get to an item and we're like, I have no idea what that even means.
That's right.
But
Yeah.
now with that, you can actually just go to the link and say, oh, okay, that's making a little more sense because you've got that visual. Just brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That actually sparked a lot of stuff. They gave me some ideas about how to approach the engineering decision list as well, right?
Yes, yeah, I see you guys working on the engineering decision trackers too, and that is awesome. But right now it's in the Word document.
Exactly.
Yes. So if you guys need help from the drafting side, I'm happy to help you guys, or just add the link to the knowledge base. Let me know.
Thank you.
All right, excellent.
Hey, Eureka. I was wondering if maybe part of the process could be I know we have that contact list now for like really specific things, but is there a contact for updating the knowledge base? Or would anybody be able to just update it on their own?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's also, we think about probably in the future for each wiki page, since different people maybe volunteer for that page, I think it's a good idea to put the admin's name on top of the page so that you're clear about who do you contact, because there are so many knowledge base, so many wikis. You cannot put all of them on the on that contact directory.
But also, I don't want to force the people to take those tasks too. So, yeah, like Celine said, if anyone doesn't mind, then we can put the name of the administrator or kind of in charge type person on the top of the wiki page, and also like maybe once a month or once every 2 months, we can have like a short meeting with those administrator or in-charge person meeting, how we can update the wiki. That's what I'm kind of thinking. That's what we are kind of thinking. That's a great suggestion. Thank you.
It is.
I'd like to.
Sorry, I just quick note. We noticed it in our Kaizen too. It was kind of funny. We did have a wiki page, but 99% people didn't know where it is. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, and then again, knowledge base page is still under the construction. We actually wiped out everything because it's all old information. Like we had tech wall system that's we're still using, but like an all wall stick or screw spline system, like a super old one. So we still keep that content, but we are reconstructing the page. So right now, still you think we don't have enough information, but we are keep adding more and clean up more. Yeah. But any feedback, any suggestions? Yeah. I'm sorry.
Just wanted to add a couple things here. So so the knowledge base was the thing I started when I first got here, to have a place to put, the decisions we were making, almost like the management decision tracker, but for the engineering department. So all that stuff you're seeing is the stuff I wrote as we made decisions, so I could go back and tell people, no, this is the standard, this is what we're following. So that's kind of the thing is, we've never had a problem with too many people editing the wiki, ever. So I don't think you have to worry about owners. Like, I think everybody should own. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, have somebody who oversees the page and looks at it, every quarter and just make sure it's up to date. But so I wouldn't limit who can edit pages, because that's never been our problem. It's getting enough people to participate and update the pages when they go there. Somebody goes there and goes, well, this stuff's old. It's like, then fix it. Like, that's why it's a wiki. You're just as much in charge as everybody else. There's no owner here. You're the owner, right? So I just feel like that's the thing that we're missing, is if we're thinking there's some owner out there, that's where the problem starts, right? Like, everything on those pages are stuff we started, but everybody in the group has to own those pages, and that's what will make it great. Just like, if you go to Wikipedia, right? Tons and tons of people are contributing information, and that's what makes those pages great. So just, keep that in mind. We're all owners on the wiki. That's the point of the wiki. So don't feel like if you go there, something's wrong. Just go ahead and edit it and fix it, and everybody will see that it got edited, right? And I can help with the management decision tracker. If stuff comes up, I can let you know, because I own that one. So.
Thank you.
Even subscribing, right, Yuriko?
Yes, yeah, that's subscribe via the wiki page. That's what I always do.
Knowing there's something changed or updated.
Yes. All right, thank you so much. Okay, let me stop sharing.
Thanks, Yuriko. Guys, that was great.
Thank you, Yuriko.
I'm gonna unmute everyone.
Great job.
Great
job.
job.
Round of
A lot of
applause.
work done.
That was really good.
Yay.
How can I stop sharing?
I already stopped your share.
Did you? Okay,
Awesome.
good. All right, thank you.
All right, I'm gonna mute everyone.
Oh, and I'm sorry, at the last, I just want to add the special thanks to the Jacob Soleil. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but he helped us a lot as a team member. Yep.
All right,
Thank
muting
you.
everyone. Gabe?
All right, thank you, Group 6. That was a great presentation.